Whether you like it or not, you are trying to perform. Whether it is a display of physique or a display of strength or speed or just a display of how fit you are even when you are old, you're trying to perform at something. It's a conscious or subconscious attempt to actually showcase what you've been working at, and that's a good thing. The performance is how you know that you are doing well, and the performance is how you know that you are better than others, which gives a good feeling. Yeah, all the training and practice that you do, it's all a part of you trying to better yourself and trying to be better than others, consciously or subconsciously. It's not with malicious intent, but it's still somewhere at the back of your mind. The ability to be able to do something that other people can't do or other people are not so good at gives us a feeling of accomplishment, obviously. Now, it may or may not be that you want to put them down. For most people, it isn't. Most people are just trying to better themselves. But that sense of competition is what gives you a purpose to perform. That's the reason, really, sport is so interesting to us. We like a certain team or certain sports person and we want them to win. And why do we want them to win? It's because that person is aspirational to us. We want to be that person. And when we admire someone and they win, we feel like we win. And now it's a competition between fans of a particular sport or different teams. I believe we all inherently compete with friends, with nemesis, with rivals. We tend to compete at what we think we are good at. There is this idea that we are our only competition, but that's not really the case, at least in our minds. We can always be better than what we are right now, but we also want to be better than anyone else that is doing the same thing as we are. The end goal of any kind of training or practice is usually performance at either a world stage or even as small as a community stage, or even at the stage of your friend circle. But we usually don't tend to acknowledge it as much. We feel like the quote that I quoted earlier, I am my only competition, is the way to go, but I don't really believe that. Competition probably cannot be with yourself. You have to compete with others. Maybe not consciously again, but subconsciously you still want to better others. Again, not just to put them down, but maybe for some positive feedback on the hard work that you're doing. Maybe for some positive feedback on the workout, the running, the skill that you're learning, the art that you're drawing, the physique that you're building, the way that you are eating. All of these lead to a certain result. And if that result is positive, we want to display it, we want to perform with it. So performance is the end goal, but we tend to forget that performance is the end goal and we usually don't want to acknowledge it. It is easier to do it in sport. In sport, you're like, there's a competition, you train for the competition. If you perform better than everyone else, you win the competition. What does a non-athlete want to perform at? There is no particular sporting event. Well, there's no real event at all. How does one decide what they want to perform at and how they want to reach that ability to perform? The answer is that the regular person should be able to perform their daily tasks with efficiency for as long in life as possible. Think about this. All humans live in the world with disease and death. The one who survives the longest without disease is often praised as being fit and healthy. So in the realm of physical performance, you would want to be able to do the tasks you're able to do or were able to do when you were younger at an older age. And the display of that strength, skill, ability of you doing the tasks for as long as possible in your age is the event you are competing at. So team human versus team disease and death, the strongest shall survive. Running, jumping, lifting heavier objects, standing for long durations, sitting for long durations, sitting cross-legged, and many more such tasks, which seem trivial to us who are not impaired of strength yet, are actual concerns for someone who is frail, weak, and old. I don't know how to emphasize on the statement I just made because I have not been frail and weak yet, and I can't share a personal experience, but I'm sure you have real life examples in your family, among your friends' families, or your extended family, or just around the place where you live. And the meaning of performance changes as you age if you don't do anything about it. And that is why you train for performance, whether you like it or not. Well, you don't really train for performance per se. You are trying to build one or more aspects that will help you better your performance in the future. It is usually easier for athletes to keep performance in mind because they know what exactly they have to perform at. But non-athletes and the general population need to really keep in mind that the end goal is performance. The end goal is not the exercise that they are doing on that particular day. It is the accumulation of all of the things they have done in the past, which will give them the ability to perform no matter what age they are at, no matter what situation they are in. So this is my performance hypothesis. Everybody is looking to perform. Everybody is training to perform whether they like it or not. And it'll probably benefit them if they don't forget that they are training to perform and be better than others.